I'm Shelley McLean with White Diamond Realty, and I'm here to discuss the recent lawsuit with NAR and the importance of a buyer's agent. And I'm here with Eric Watkins. I helped him buy a house last October, and we're just going to walk through the selling or the buying process and like your emotion as soon as you got pre-approved. What did you think?
Woo, I'm about to get a mansion. No, not really, but we had to be super selective, being that we had a budget constraint, and we also had a big picture in our head.
You got your pre-approval FHA loan,
Yes.
which you didn't really know what that meant, right?
No clue. Still don't, right?
Yeah. So we looked at a few houses, and then as soon as we walked in the door, I kind of guided you through some things that would show up in an appraisal that would need repaired. Like, looked at a few houses. What were your thoughts?
Well, I had to come to reality land, and that was something you were great at helping us with, because, you know, I'm like, I want this, and that, and you're like, that's not going to get approved. This is what will happen. And that was great because, you know, the only thing we did was read a couple Google articles and a little bit of HGTV, and now we're real estate experts, right? So it was great to have somebody to tell us and communicate with us, and like, otherwise you're just listening to yourself.
And putting offers in, and then probably wasting money on inspections and appraisals, and then the deal fall through at the end because there's a lot of repairs needed. So let's move to the house that we did find for you. So before we even put an offer in, I made a list of items that I knew would come up in the appraisal that needed repaired.
Okay, so the process, it took forever.
Yeah.
It went like months upon. Here, let me think. We're supposed to close to like August.
Yeah, and then October 6th we closed.
October 6th. So it took forever. There was a bunch of back and forth, and there was a bunch of stuff to go over that I didn't have the expertise to do. I mean, you were able to negotiate with the buyer. There was stuff that we had to go back and forth. You know, get something fixed, go back and forth.
We got the initial repairs hashed out, but then when the appraisal came back, there was actually 12 items that needed repaired for the loan to go through.
That's it, 12?
Yeah, there's 12.
I thought there was more than that.
But including a structural inspection. But we negotiated with the seller that you did some things, and then they took care of some things. But we had to find contractors to do it in a timely manner, which shout out to Tri-County Plumbing for helping us out. Yeah. Then the appraiser had to go back and re-inspect, and then the loan was approved. So do you think that without a realtor, you would have been able to get through that to the closing table?
I mean, like, anything, you could have, but it would have been a headache and a nightmare. You know what I mean? Like, if I go to court, like, I'm not supposed to go in there like, ooh, I watched Law and Order, you know what I mean? So I feel it probably would have fell apart. I mean, like, yeah, anything's possible, you know what I mean? Like, lightning could strike that tree twice, but I feel like it definitely would have fell apart. With one, I was working so much, and kids and family and all that good stuff. And two, like, there was so much stuff that needed done and so much negotiations going back and forth. The one thing I really want to credit on you is that I probably would have negotiated that. I would have been like, do this or not, you know what I mean? And they would have probably been like, kick rocks. Yeah. And so it would have probably fell through, you know?
I think buyers, I mean, everybody's just excited about maybe saving some money, but but in the long run, it's probably going to cost everybody money in reality, just because if deals fall through, you're going to be out inspection money, appraisal money, and then you're going to be back to square one again, and maybe even lose your earnest money deposit. And then also, if you don't have a buyer's agent to write up your contract, who's going to do that? An attorney. And then you're going to have hourly attorney fees to write the contract, look over the contract, and then close the deal. And then let's just say there's multiple offers on the table on a house that you love, and attorney's not going to be drop everything and write this contract for you. You're going to wait a couple days, and then obviously the house is probably going to be sold by then. So first time home buyers, definitely VA buyers are going to lose out because they're not allowed to pay a real estate agent out of pocket according to their loan, so they're just out of luck with being represented. Probably the wild west out there for a while. I appreciate you coming out and talking to me, and I enjoyed helping you and your wife and the kids buy your first home.
Well, thank you, and you'll be helping us buy our 15th home.
That's right. I hope so.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
No, you're welcome.